Welcome back to my YouTube channel, coin enthusiasts and curious treasure hunters, to a thrilling journey into the fascinating world of modern coin collecting where tiny copper-plated discs can hide life-changing fortunes. And today, we are diving deep into one of the most mind-boggling stories of all time, because believe it or not, a simple 2010 1-cent coin, a penny you might overlook in your pocket change, has been reported in rare cases to carry an astronomical value of up to $9 million due to a cocktail of minting errors, unusual circumstances, and collector frenzy. And as we unfold this story, you will discover why this ordinary-looking Lincoln cent can become the centerpiece of a multi-million-dollar hunt. So sit back and imagine yourself sifting through jars of coins as we unravel every detail about the 2010 penny that has the numismatic world buzzing with excitement. Because while most people think a penny is barely worth its face value, some rare examples have turned out to be priceless treasures thanks to the fascinating combination of mint mistakes, historical context, and sheer rarity that transforms pocket change into pure gold. And our story begins at the Denver Mint in 2010, a year that seemed routine at first glance, with billions of Lincoln cents rolling off the presses, each designed with the classic Union Shield reverse introduced that very year to symbolize the preservation of the United States and the enduring strength of the Union. But hidden among the countless coins struck for circulation, a handful emerged carrying subtle but dramatic errors that went unnoticed at first. These coins were supposed to be copper-plated zinc cents weighing 2.5 grams with sharp details, crisp legends, and perfectly centered designs. Yet, somewhere along the production line, a mysterious chain of events created anomalies so remarkable that when collectors finally discovered them, they triggered bidding wars and sent shockwaves through the hobby. Imagine a coin where the planchet, the blank metal disc, is slightly off composition, perhaps containing a higher percentage of copper than normal because of a leftover strip from an earlier run, or one where the dies were misaligned, causing doubling in the date and lettering, creating the famous double die effect that collectors crave. Or perhaps a penny struck on a foreign planchet intended for a different denomination, or even a coin struck with a rotated die, creating a dramatic off-center strike that reveals both the Union Shield and ghostly extra impressions. These are not mere cosmetic quirks, but significant minting blunders that turn an everyday coin into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. And in the case of the 2010 penny, certain specimens have been verified by top grading services to display a combination of multiple errors, such as a rare transitional composition where the coin contains more copper than expected, coupled with a bold double die obverse and a dramatic die crack across the shield. These layered mistakes elevate the coin from an interesting curiosity to a multi-million-dollar rarity, because collectors are willing to pay incredible premiums for such unique combinations of flaws. And when you consider that the Lincoln cent series already commands massive attention thanks to legendary pieces like the 1943 copper cent and the 1955 double die, the discovery of a 2010 penny with comparable drama instantly captured headlines, fueling speculation and driving prices sky high. But what makes the $9 million figure even more believable is the broader context of the coin market, where rarity, demand, and storytelling intersect to create astronomical valuations. Consider the precedent set by earlier coins with dramatic errors, such as the 1913 Liberty nickel, which fetched millions despite being an unauthorized issue, or the 2000 Sacagawea dollar struck on a state quarter planchet that sold for tens of thousands of dollars. These sales demonstrate that when a coin is unique enough and the story compelling enough, wealthy collectors will stop at nothing to own it. And that is precisely the environment in which the 2010 $9 million penny thrives, a perfect storm of scarcity, intrigue, and historical significance, driving the price far beyond what logic might suggest. Now let's break down the types of errors reported on these elusive 2010 cents to understand why they command such breathtaking sums. First, there is the famous double die obverse, where the date and the word Liberty show clear doubling visible even without magnification, creating a striking three-dimensional effect that jumps out at the naked eye. Then There are off-center strikes where the coin was not properly seated in the press, causing part of the design to be missing and leaving a wide blank crescent of unstruck metal that highlights the minting mishap. Next come the rare transitional planchet errors, where the coin is struck on a metal composition intended for a previous year or foreign coin, resulting in unusual weight and color that astute collectors can detect with a simple scale or magnet test. And finally, there are dramatic die cracks and cuts where aging die is split or chipped during production, leaving raised lines or missing segments on the finished coin, like scars of the minting process. Each of these errors individually can make a penny worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, but when they occur together on a single coin, the value can skyrocket into the millions as wealthy collectors compete to own a piece of minting history. The excitement around the 2010 penny has inspired a nationwide treasure hunt, with enthusiasts scouring bank rolls, pocket change, and old coin jars, hoping to spot telltale signs of these lucrative flaws. And while the odds of finding a $9 million example are slim, stories of lucky individuals who have turned pocket change into small fortunes keep hope alive, driving a frenzy of searching and discovery beyond the numismatic community. This phenomenon also highlights the unpredictable magic of coin collecting, where even the most modern mass-produced coins can harbor spectacular surprises. And while skeptics might question the sky-high valuations, experts point to auction records, insurance appraisals, and private sales as evidence that when two or more wealthy bidders covet the same one-of-a-kind coin, the price can indeed soar to unimaginable heights. And as we continue this deep dive, we must also consider the human fascination with rarity and error, because at its core, the value of the 2010 penny is not just about metal or mint marks, but about the thrill of owning something truly unique, a tiny piece of history that defied the odds and slipped past the rigid controls of a modern mint to become a multi-million-dollar marvel. So whether you are a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, the lesson is clear: never overlook the humble penny, for within its coppery gleam may lie a fortune waiting to be discovered. And with every handful of change you handle, you too could be holding the next $9 million miracle without even knowing it, which is why experts advise careful inspection of every 2010 penny, especially those showing unusual color, doubling weight, or strike characteristics, because lightning can strike in the most unexpected places, and the next great numismatic treasure could be sitting quietly in your pocket right now.